Chick-fil-A, a fast food chain that prints money, even though it's closed one day a week. This isn't just another burger joint, it's a business empire with a model so different from its competitors that it almost sounds too good to be true. But how much money does Chick-fil-A actually make? And why do some of its franchises call it the best job in fast food? Let's break it down. Our story starts in 1946 when S. Trude Cathy opened up a small diner in Hateful, Georgia. He created what would later become the first ever chicken sandwich, and in 1967 he launched the first Chick-fil-A. But instead of following McDonald's playbook, he designed a completely different business model. Here's how most fast food franchises work. You pay upfront costs, often over like $1 million to open a McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. You own the business, you hire employees, and keep most of the profits after paying a small percentage back to the parent company. For Chick-fil-A, well, they flipped the script. Instead of making franchises invest millions, it only cost 10 grand to start a Chick-fil-A. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, here's the catch. Chick-fil-A handpicks every franchisee. Out of 40,000 applicants a year, they approve less than 1%, making it harder to get into than Harvard. But that's because you don't actually own the restaurant. Chick-fil-A keeps 100% ownership of every location. The franchisee is just an operator, a highly paid employee who runs the store and takes home about 5 to 7% of net profits. And here's where it gets crazy. The average Chick-fil-A restaurant generates $8.1 million per year, double what a McDonald's would make. But while McDonald's franchisees keep a large chunk of those profits, Chick-fil-A operators don't. The company takes about 60% of the profits to fund growth, training, and expansion. And this is where Chick-fil-A really wins. They spend way more on employee training and customer service than competitors, which is why they're ranked #1 in customer satisfaction for 9 years straight. That's what keeps customers coming back, even though their menu is simpler than most fast food chains. And remember, Chick-fil-A voluntarily gives up an entire day of sales. Closing on Sundays costs them about $1 billion a year in lost revenue. And they do it for 2 reasons. First, it's part of the founder's values. And second, it actually increases demand. If a product is harder to get, people want it more. And since you can't get Chick-fil-A on Sundays, sales spike even higher on Saturdays. This exclusivity factor is why Chick-fil-A locations consistently outperform the competitors. Now, the big question, can Chick-fil-A work outside the US? They dominated America, but their global expansion has been slow compared to McDonald's or even Starbucks. They're investing $75 million into Asia, starting with Singapore, but cracking international markets won't be easy. Unlike McDonald's, which customizes menus for every country, Chick-fil-A is keeping the same menu. No spicy chicken in India, no beef burgers in Europe, just the same Chick-fil-A everywhere. Will it work? Well, we'll see. Chick-fil-A is proof that doing things differently can work. Instead of rapid expansion, they focus on quality. Instead of massive franchise fees, they carefully pick who run their stores. And instead of chasing every market, they build loyalty first, then expand.